Sort of surprising that that doesn't get questioned.
Good evening. I'll call the meeting to order of March 22nd, 2017. Mr. Owen, do we have a need for non-public this evening?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have matters of real estate, litigation, personnel, and non-public meeting minutes to review.
Is that all?
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, next on our agenda is approval of minutes of March 8th, 2017.
Mr. Chairman, I have one small change on page 7. It's the extension of North Main Street sidewalk. It's the second sentence, and the amount was not 77,000, not 87.
Okay.
That's the only thing I have.
Any other questions or comments or changes? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the minutes as amended.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I can't vote.
Abstentions?
Wasn't here.
Dave? Okay. Reorganization of the Board of Selectmen. First order would be to elect a new chairman for the upcoming season.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to elect Luke Freudenberg.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to elect Luke as the chairman for this next season. Any other nominations? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Luke. He looks pleased at
Yes,
that.
he does.
Forward to it.
Next would be election of a vice chairman. I would nominate Linda Murray to be vice chair for this coming season.
Second.
Motion second. Do we have any other nominations? Or seeing none, all those in favor of electing Linda as vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, Linda. Now the assignment of the town committees and various boards. Kind of probably start right at the top of the list here, go down through. If we want to keep the same, we can do that, or we'll hit them one at a time anyway.
I'd like to keep mine if I could.
We'll start at the top. You'll go with the Agricultural Commission. We had Dave Senecal was last year. Do you want to continue on with that, Dave?
I'll do that.
Okay. Budget Committee was Luke.
Yes.
Luke will stay on, okay. Carroll County Transportation, Dave Senecal was,
Yep.
okay. For Commerce, Linda,
Yes.
stay on with that. CIP Committee,
Yes.
Linda, okay. Conservation Commission Liaison, Dave Senecal,
Yep.
stay on. EDC was Dave Bowers. You interested in staying on with that, Dave?
Yep.
You just said, yeah. And the EDC alternate was Linda,
Yes.
yep. Emergency Response Committee, Dave Senecal,
Yeah, I'll do that.
okay. Fisherville Committee, Linda.
Yes.
If
Friends
we
of
have
Ab-
eyes. We ever have eyes?
Friends of Abenaki was Dave Senecal.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Friends of Abenaki alternate, Linda.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. Friends of Living Museum was Brad. I'll do that again. Friends of Wolfeboro Town Hall, Linda.
Yes.
Hazard Mitigation was Brad. I'll do that again. Living Museum Trustees is the entire board. The Library Liaison, Dave Bowers.
Yep.
Master Plan Implementation Committee, Linda.
My guess is that's going to change because there's a new master plan and it hasn't met in a couple of years. If it does, I'm willing to be on it, but I don't really think it's an active committee.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, because I know they're in it's about a 2-year process. They're doing half of it 1 year and half the next year, so it'll be the end of 18 before it's
Yeah.
ready. Yep. Milfoil Control Committee, Linda.
Yes.
Milfoil Joint Board, Linda.
Yep.
Negotiations Committee, that was Dave Senecal.
I'll do that.
Planning Board is Brad. I'll do that again. Planning Board alternate, Dave Bowers. Police Commission Liaison, Luke.
Yes.
Wolfeboro Community TV was myself. I'll do that again. And Wolfeboro Historical Society was Dave Senecal.
Yep.
David Senecal.
Yeah.
Could I be an alternate on that? I really like to help the Historical Society. I mean, just create a new position?
Need some help.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll add another position to Wolfeboro Historical Society. Alternate would be Dave Bowers. So I guess could I have a motion to adopt this list that we just went down through for
So
the
moved.
upcoming year?
So moved.
Second?
Motion second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We didn't read it.
Okay. Next is consideration of any changes we want to do or comments on our rules of procedure. We've been through this numerous times in the past, and I went through it, and I felt pretty good about the way it's laid out, so any other comments, or?
No, I'm comfortable with the way it is and the change that we made in last year in July, so
Yep.
I'm comfortable.
Linda and I had a little discussion on Election Day that if 3 selectmen are talking like we often do it in elections, can we talk about, and I use the example, suppose we want to rename Pine Hill Road, which a selectman can do. Can we discuss that it's a good idea, but not vote on it, or can't we not discuss it at all?
I don't think we should discuss it.
No.
You can't discuss matters that are town business.
Okay, you can't discuss general.
In a quorum, you can discuss all sorts of other things.
No, I just didn't know
You can
because,
discuss town business between 2 of you, that's not a quorum.
no, I didn't mean to make a decision. I just didn't know how much you could talk about a problem. It's no big deal. It's just, we just raised a question, you know.
Yep, yep. Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to, I guess, affirm the rules and procedures that we have in effect.
I'll move that we readopt the present rules of procedure.
I'll second that.
Motion and second on the floor. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We have a number of public hearings this evening. First one being the Daniel Webster Council of Boy Scouts of America to hold a fishing derby weigh-in station at the Wolfeboro Town Docks from May 19th to May 21st, 2017, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Do we have somebody here who'd like to come up and speak to us on that?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Ray Meyer. I'm with Daniel Webster Council as a volunteer. How you doing, Mr. Bowers?
Hi, how are you?
All right. We're looking to expand upon the fishing derby this year. Last year, Laconia Rotary Club had kind of dropped the ball and didn't put on the derby. It's been going on for 34 years. And so Daniel Webster Council got involved. We're trying to make it more of a all around the lake as opposed to just in one area. One of the big ticket items that most of the people were asking for was more than one weigh-in location. So we kind of figured if we're going to have one in the weirs to be on the other side of the lake, would probably be the best place to put it. I had heard also from folks at Fish and Game that it had been at the town docks once before. So we were hoping that we'd be able to bring it back to the town docks and again, spread the wealth on the entire event across more towns.
Yep.
So we're put in an application for that time, and I believe it's for 3 spaces down at the dock in order for us to put a trailer in a weigh-in location where we would lock it up at night in the trailer and pull it out during the day for our weigh-in purposes.
Mm-hmm. I just have one quick question. Is this fishing derby just on Winnipesaukee, or is this open to other lakes? And
Just on Winnipesaukee.
This is just the Winnipesaukee one,
Yes.
okay? Yep. I'll open up the public hearing to anybody in the audience has any questions or comments. Mr. Murray? Yes, please.
I'm here representing the Wolfeboro Lions Club, and assuming you approve our application for the 43rd annual Great Smith River Canoe and Kayak Race, that will be on Saturday, the 20th, and we'll have sometime between 1:45 and 3 o'clock, between 90 and 100 canoes and kayaks coming in. They will be using the boat ramp, and I just wanted the applicant to
Be
be aware
aware.
of that. We have run it in the past when the Fish and Game Department have had a way station there, and they've kind of been over by Cape Park, and that has not been a problem.
Yep.
And I'm sure it won't be a problem this year.
Yeah, that's good to know, just a FYI type thing. And it will be busy there in the afternoon, that's for sure. Yep. Any other public comment? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members?
Obviously, I had looked at it with Roger, and if you do stay, I'd like it on that one day for those hours to make sure that they're as far over and close to Cape Park as you can be, and if you can get into the park at all, I don't know if you can do that with a trailer to weigh. It would leave, the boats will be coming in that boat launching ramp, and they come one after another, so maybe on that, for those hour, 2 hours, that you could move over a little more. After the canoe race is done, you can be.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, when this conflict was pointed out to us, I had my assistant contact, I don't know if it was you, Mr. Myers, or somebody with the Boy Scout group. Oh, I see somebody raising their hand back here, and explain the situation, and that we would need the Boy Scout, the weigh-in station to be on the last dock, and you know, you can use Cape Park and the last dock during that period, and I think the indication was that that would work, so that I think that's the solution.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments from the board? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Daniel Webster Council of the Boy Scouts of America to hold a fishing derby weigh-in station from May 19th through May 21st, 2017, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the town docks.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hope for good weather.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next public hearing is the Kingswood Cross Country Track Program to hold the 18th Muddy Moose Race starting and ending at Kingswood Regional High School on April 23rd, 2017. Setup will be April 22nd, 2017, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have somebody here to represent that.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Fergus Cullen, and I am the race director for this event. This is our 18th annual. I think I've been the race director for 14 years now. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman-elect. And no changes from how it's been conducted in the past.
I'll open up the public hearing to anybody in the audience. Has any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members, any questions or comments?
No, I'm fine with it. They go not too far from our house, and they clean up, and are fun to have them around, as long as we know you're there.
Thank you.
I'd entertain a motion on this one then.
I move that we approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Kingwood Cross Country and Track Program to hold the 18th Muddy Moose race starting and ending at Kingswood Regional High School on April 23, 2017, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you next year. The next public hearing is the Veterans Count to hold a 5K run beginning and ending at Albee Beach on August 5th, 2017, from 6 a.m. till noon.
May I approach?
You certainly may.
So what I'm putting on in front of you is a Google map overlay with the race routes highlighted. You'll see a yellow route that will look hard. The yellow doesn't like to show up on this type of paper. And then a blue route. The blue route goes north, and the yellow route south. Okay. So I'm Chief Dean Rondo, Chief of Police of Wolfeboro, and I am a board member, and I sit on the board of directors of Veterans Count, which is a division of Easter Seals. And we want to do a 5K run, with your permission, to raise money for Veterans Count. Veterans Count does a number of activities for veterans that are in need, and often focusing those activities on areas that fall in between where the VA and other service branches from the Veterans Service can help out. So this might be job training, this may be different types of medical assistance that doesn't qualify for the VA or through the VA. It could be any number of different things. It's a great organization. We raise lots of money. Veterans Count is very large on the other side of the lake. And Colonel Ken Lull, my buddy, and he and I were in the 1st Infantry Division together, suggested, and he's a Wolfeboro resident, that we do something over here on this side of the lake to improve the name recognition. So I came up with the Veterans Count Albee Beach 5K Pirates Cove Run.
Okay.
All right. So here's the concept of this run. What we would like is your permission to use the Bridge Falls Path and the Albee Beach area, to include the parking lot, to essentially stage 2 races. The first race, which would, it is to be what I call the Gazelles. These are all the very fast, competitive runners that are competing against themselves and others for best times and so forth. They would start off at approximately 7 in the morning, and they'd run north along this blue route that you see up to 109 East, turn around and come back. So we're not crossing the highway. We're going to run up, turn around, and race back. About 10 minutes after they launch, or at 0710 hours, we'll launch the fun run walk component of the race. So the wives, girlfriends, moms, children that want to compete or run can go south. And they will move south down the Bridge Falls Path to the area right by the Chinese restaurant in that area, not cross 28. We'll turn around and head back. Each route, each leg is approximately 2.25 kilometers. All right, so for a total of 5K. So what is that, 3.1, 3.2 miles. So 2.25 clicks. So that's essentially it. We hope to be out of there by about 9:30. I've coordinated with the owner of the Allen A. He said we can set up a registration tent on his property along the side of the road. I've got to call into the NIC to see if they'll allow overflow parking at the NIC, which I'm sure they will have no problem with, but we'll wait and see. But in any event, that's essentially the concept of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, subject to your questions.
I just have one question. If you have some people parking over at the NIC, are you going to have somebody help them get across the street?
We'll have flaggers, yeah. We have a pretty good staff. We'll have flaggers, and then some of the side roads that are not depicted on your map overlay, we'll have flaggers there to make sure that the runners don't get run over. It's just too much paperwork if that happens.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll open up the public hearing to anybody that might have any questions or comments in the audience. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Any other questions or comments from the board?
There is a certificate of insurance on file.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's attached. I would entertain a motion then.
I'll move to approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Veterans Count to hold a 5K run beginning and ending at Albee Beach on August 5th, 2017 from 6 a.m. to noon.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, our next public hearing will be the Wolfeboro Lions Club to hold the 43rd Annual Great Smith River Canoe and Kayak Race on May 20th, 2017, starting at Albee Beach and ending at the Wolfeboro Town Docks from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to abstain from taking part in this one.
Okay, thank you.
The race will follow the same course as in past years. It'll start at the Albee Beach, go across Lake Wentworth to Smith River, down through Smith River to Crescent Lake, and then there's a portage around the dam, the short whitewater course in the lower Smith River, Then there's a portage down into Back Bay. They go down Back Bay to the town docks. It's about a 4-mile course. We have 19 classes designed to accommodate people of all abilities or inabilities, as the case may be. And we're looking forward to another good race and a good year.
Sounds, it does, it's a lot of fun. I've done it once, and I survived it, and I haven't
Well, you
gone
can
back
do
to
it
try it
again.
again, so.
Well, here, I've got an entry form here.
Me too.
I'll open up the public hearing to anybody in the audience who would have any questions or comments. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members, any other questions or comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Make the motion to approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold
Wolfeboro Lions Club.
Wolfeboro Lions Club to hold the 43rd Annual Great Smith River Canoe and Kayak Race on May 20th, 2017, starting from Albee Beach and ending at the town docks from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
One abstention.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, our next public hearing. Is Mary show up yet?
She's here.
Oh, there she is. Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold the Wolfeboro Decks and Docks Party on May 6, 2017 at North and South Main Streets, Center Street, Railroad and Central Avenues, and dockside egress from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Hi, Mary DeVries from the Chamber of Commerce, and representing our Board of Directors with me tonight is our Vice President, Don Moskowitz, who's here. If you have any questions for Don. And so we're looking to add to our community events this new Wolfeboro Decks and Docks Party. And the date, May 6, was chosen carefully after hearing from the community on a time of year when maybe there isn't something else going on and the Chamber could help present an event that would, again, bring visitors to our town and keep our residents here. So that's the intention of this, and you do not have to have a deck or a dock to participate. The businesses will create a Wolfeboro Decks and Docks promotion of their own. We're looking to have a lot of fun with that and add to the activities in the water stick race. So anyone who has ever been camping, for example, you may have had some little friendly competition with your family members and dropping the stick and seeing who gets to point X in the river. A little bit of development going on with how we're going to manage that in the water stick race and what kind of water we might use. So open to ideas to help us with that. And that's what we're looking to do.
Okay. I'll open up the public hearing to the audience. Anybody has any questions or comments for the Chamber of Commerce or us? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members?
There's only one comment here that you need to maintain access to the fireboat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments?
You could have decks, ducks, and docks, and add ducks.
And ducks in there too, huh?
So those.
I would entertain a motion on this one.
I move that we approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold Wolfeboro Decks and Docks Party on May 6, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad and Central Avenues, and dockside egress from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank
Sounds
you.
like fun.
Thank you.
And our next public hearing is going to be the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold annual Moonlight Madness on June 16th, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad, Central Avenues, and dockside egress, Town and Kate Park, and Wolfeboro Community Bandstand from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes, so Mary DeVries, I'm speaking to this event, and This time, the Moonlight Madness will kick off our summer season in Wolfeboro, and the different businesses and nonprofit organizations are invited to set up tables on the sidewalks. And also, we will arrange for entertainment throughout the community. And often, the entertainment in the past has been members of the community, of different groups, looking to do a little marketing for themselves, and this creates an opportunity for that as well.
I'll open up the public hearing to the audience. Anybody have any questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members? Silence is a good thing, I guess, so.
Take it.
I'd entertain a motion.
I'll move that we approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold the annual Moonlight Madness on June 6, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad, and Central Avenues, and Dockside Egress, Town and Cape Park, and the Wolfeboro Community Bandstand from 5 to 9 p.m.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hope for good weather for that one, too.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda for public hearing is the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold sidewalk sale days on August 25th to August 26th, I believe it should be, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad, Central Avenues, and Dockside Egress from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So just a fun way for the businesses to sell their merchandise, again, using the sidewalks, and we've really found that the visitors, summer residents, year-round residents really look forward to this as a good maybe excuse to get out and buy some gifts ahead of time for the holidays and just have some fun with the different items that are available in town.
I'll open up again to the public hearing to anybody that would have any questions or comments in the audience. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members?
Would you like a motion?
I would.
I move to approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold sidewalk sale days on August 25th and 26th, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad and Central Avenue, and Dock Egress from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
We're down to one more. We have another public hearing for the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold Christmas in Wolfeboro on November 25th to December 24th, 2017 at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad, and Central Avenues, and Town and Cape Park from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We haven't even gotten to summer yet. We're already thinking about winter again.
I know, and I really want to point out that in no way is the Chamber of Commerce looking to rush ahead forward the next several months. We do have people definitely asking about various annual events, and we need to be prepared for that. Yep. So here we are. Yep. This is a month-long event that kicks off with the Christmas in Wolfeboro Parade the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which this year is November 25th. And our parade application has been completed, and our Chief of Police, Dean Rondo, very kindly approved that application on behalf of the town, and that has been submitted to the state of New Hampshire. And then after the Christmas in Wolfeboro Parade, we open Santa's Hut for visiting hours, and Santa will actually just leave the community Christmas tree and walk up to the hut. And that community Christmas tree takes a lot of people in the community involved, including the town of Wolfeboro and the municipal electric department, really looking for the tree, setting it up, stringing the lights. So it's really a fun time, the tree in itself, and it happens somehow magically. And then we have Santa's Hut. The Breakfast with Santa will happen again on Saturday morning, December 10th. And on that same Saturday, we'll have our annual Christmas Spirit Open House, and that will also include some entertainment. And the businesses look for that as an opportunity to collect for Life Ministries Food Pantry as well during that afternoon event.
Okay, thank you. I'll open up a public hearing to anybody in the audience that has any questions or comments.
Could I just add?
Sure.
Because I left out an important piece of the Breakfast with Santa, is a collection for the Wolfeboro Children's Christmas Fund that is managed right at the Wolfeboro Police Department.
Thank you. Seeing no public questions or comments, I'll close the public hearing. Board members?
I'll move to approve the issuance of a temporary outdoor event permit to the Wolfeboro Area Chamber of Commerce to hold Christmas in Wolfeboro on November 25th through December 24th, 2017, at North and South Main Street, Center Street, Railroad and Central Avenue, Town and Kate Park, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Second.
Second.
Motion second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, your season is set.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is a public hearing. Let's see, for the Lakes Region Newcomers Club for a permit for the sales and consumption of beer and wine at the game night event on June 8th, 2017, from 5 to 10 p.m. at the Great Hall, pursuant to Town Code Chapter 5, Alcoholic Beverages.
Hi. I'm Donna Citino, and I represent the Lakes Region Newcomers Club. We are hoping to have our third event here in the Great Hall. It's been wonderful to be able to use it. It's a wonderful space for us. We're having a potluck dinner and some table games, much like Bunko that we had here in January. And we're here to ask you for a permit for beer and wine to be consumed that evening.
Okay.
June 8th, Thursday, June 8th.
Yep. This is a public hearing, I will open it up to the audience to see if there's any comments or questions from the public. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Board members, any questions or?
Well, my only comment, it's nice to see this room used.
We're loving it. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and we're hoping that everything went well for Bunko. We did not hear otherwise, and we want to just comply with whatever we need to be able to keep using the hall. Thank you very much. So it goes to a vote, or am I all set?
No, we have to do a motion.
Okay, very good.
I'll do a motion to approve the issuance of a BYOB beer and wine only permit to the Lakes Region Newcomer event for their game night event in the Great Hall at Town Hall on June 8th, 2017, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion?
Thank you very much.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next on our item is a bulk vote.
I'll move that we approve the bulk vote.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, next up is the appointments, alternate member of the Library Board of Trustees. We have, I believe, we have a letter of a nomination, I guess it is, I don't know, I saw the name in here somewhere here.
Thomas Madden.
Tom Madden.
Thomas Madden, yep.
Yep.
To become an alternate, was on the Board of
Alternate
Trustees.
trustee on the Library Board of Trustees. I'm Prue Fitz, representing the library.
Yep.
We have one vacancy, and it happens to be for an alternate trustee. And Tom Madden, who is currently the head librarian at Brewster, is interested in the position. Not only that, but he was with Durham for several years, and you may or may not know that Durham built a new library that is very much in the range of what we're looking at.
He was on all kinds of committees for it. They brought it in at $200,000 under budget, so we're really interested in having this guy. His term would expire July 30th. That would be the unfulfilled term, but he's not filling it for anybody because it's been vacant for a while.
Any questions or comments from the board? I think it sounds like a perfect fit myself, so it's...
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. I would entertain a motion on this one.
I move that we accept Thomas Madison as the current, the librarian at Brewster Academy for his new position with the Wolfeboro Public Library Board of Trustees.
Yep. We have a second?
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, can I suggest adding the term? It's through July 31st, 2017.
Okay.
Through July, when?
31st.
It's here in the motion.
31st, yes.
July 2017, okay.
Right.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed?
Thank
All
you
set.
very much.
Thank you. Okay, new business, the monthly budget expenditures and revenues report.
Good evening. Pete Chamberlain, Director of Finance. Hope you had a chance to read my report. Start off with Linda had a few questions for me. And I noticed one of them had to do with regard to the expenditure of telephone in the planning department budget, which I didn't track down completely, but I think there needs to be some reallocation there. And in code enforcement, there were some mysterious negative numbers in the expense column, which ended up being a journal adjustment that was done that will go away in the March report. There was some reallocation of salaries and benefits in that particular line item. At the end of February every year, one can expect that the expenditures will be no larger than 16.66%, which I think generally speaking we have. General fund is currently at 16.37% expended to date. The water fund is at 24.366, and of course that has to do with the payment of front-loaded payment of debt service. The electric fund is a little lower than 16%, believe it or not, because there's a receivable that's booked by the auditors at the beginning of every year. And this year it was, I don't think, around $60,000, $70,000 that made this show a little bit. Of course, that'll end up being offset at the end of 2017. The sewer fund obviously is affected by the debt service, and Pop Whalen is pretty much right on because they're half and half the first 3 months of the year and the last 3 months of the year. So overall, we're at around 18.72% expended to date. Any questions with regard to the expenditures? And then the revenue report on the end, I think, is pretty, close in there. General fund revenue is about 21% received to date. So the auditors are here. They're busily working away, and things are going very smoothly. So I haven't found anything that's out of the ordinary to date.
Yep.
Don't expect to.
That's good.
Oh, it's very, very well put together again, Pete, as usual. So, any other questions or comments from the board?
Take care of all mine.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, next up is a discussion with Wolfeboro Community TV.
Must be coming
Timothy's
down.
coming down, and, yep.
There you go.
Thank you for having me tonight. Our board of directors has asked that we connect with you, just make sure that we're accomplishing what it is that you expect. We recognize that there's been some struggle with some quality in particular with the live broadcast. And we just want to make sure that maybe you have the opportunity to discuss that you even want to continue that. We enjoy doing it, and we're looking into some equipment that we may be able to use to improve the quality. I met with a consultant over this last week, and I had narrowed things down, and he brought us back to a wider window of some ideas and things. So I don't have any numbers or anything that I might share with you as to what it might cost for us to really muckle down on making it a higher quality live broadcast. But we're on air tonight. There's been no problems tonight. My wife's at home watching me right now, and she's been checking in, letting me know, how things are running. So seems like things are good. Yeah, my wife, yeah, Lisa. Right, thank you. So we're good. So I didn't know if this is your opportunity really to say, if you wanted to, hey, we really don't want to do live broadcasts, or we appreciate it and just hope that it can get better. I just wanted to have you have that opportunity to have that discussion. And we have a board member here tonight as well, besides Brad, that can share.
Dave has a...
Yeah, I think the comments I would make is most people like the live broadcast. They're frustrated they can't hear us. In some cases, they can't see us. So I'd be interested to know, what is it going to take? What is the cost, or type of equipment, or whatever, to continue to do this? I think, like I said, most people that I talk to like it live. They call it the comedy hour. It's what they call it most.
Well, that's on you guys.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I'm willing to find out what we need to do to make it as near perfect as we can. It certainly hasn't been over the years, but... And we thought once we got here that the connections and the other stuff, we were told that it would be much better than what it has been, but it doesn't seem to have happened yet.
Well, there's been some glitches for sure, and the system we have is working. The trick that we have, of course, right now is that what we use is an internet connection from here at Town Hall, which is a great connection here at Town Hall, and the one at the school, which is a good connection, but it's the process that seems to be a little bit of a glitch for us. I mean, the way to do something like, a WMUR would do with satellite uplinks and all that is, there's no way I'm even going to look into that, because you start with a truck, and we can't afford to purchase a truck with satellite antennas on it and stuff like that. But one of the systems with the internet thing was $15,000 a year. And again, I just don't, for our $100,000 a year budget, I can't justify something like that. So we are making that effort. Maybe what we could do is come back again to you. I can let you know when we have some numbers and things, if we can put a package together, if you'd have me back again. And I can get things to you maybe ahead of time to review and things like that, and hopefully not too far down the road.
Because when it's online on the website, it's fine.
Yeah, I brought mine. That's when I'm going to pick it up. That's what I do, is go online.
Right. And that's exactly the system we're using even right now. What you watch online on the website is, as it's recording on that same system, we're broadcasting it. So why doesn't it always work?
Yeah.
It looks great afterwards. Why can't it work during the process? Yeah. We're trying to find out.
Is it connection upload, or is it?
No, it's the multiple steps and Band-Aids that we have put together to make it work. It's not a direct.
The hardware.
So that's what I'm trying to look at with this consultant, is to see if we can't do a direct, something similar like a VPN tunnel or something like that, from here to the studio, rather than have it go through multiple boxes and steps in the process. Each box in the process, puts a little bit of a delay on it too. My hello right now will probably get to my wife about 45, 50 seconds from now, when she's listening at home. So it'd take that long if I just hollered over there.
Yeah. Linda?
Yeah, I think that there's a real frustration in the community, and I think at least I heard it after the deliberative session, when it went out and you didn't even see the picture, and the sound went blurry, and it was hard to hear, and the picture then went blurry. So if we can, most of the time, keep it, you know, clear and it works, then we should keep on doing it. If it constantly, we have that kind of stuff, people aren't going to watch it, and you don't want them to turn off to it. And I think that's my concern. I think that's my other board members. And I think also you might want to look at getting a price tag. And we've bought a lot of equipment trying to solve this. Let me tell you, over the years, we changed microphones, we changed boxes and did all sorts of stuff, and nothing that we have changed has been able to solve that. So if it would be nice for you to find something that would, and if you come up with a price, have you looked at going out and trying to raise money through grants or some other means?
Well, I think I need to know a number first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we can absolutely do that.
Do that, okay.
Yeah, we talk about these things at our board meetings every month and stuff, and we felt it'd be a good opportunity for Timothy to come down and actually talk to the board about this too and stuff, and, you know, get some feedback and everything, and, you know, I'd probably like to do this at least, you know, a couple times a year, even if things are going well all the time, just to kind of keep everybody updated and everything like that, so. That's
We were encouraged by some good words. Just, I think it was yesterday morning, there was a speaker here at the Great Hall, and we were able to get that right online, and people were really encouraged by that. So I just want to pass that on to you as well. You'll hear that at the board meeting at the beginning of the month.
Yep.
Well, we thank you for your effort. We're fully aware that this has been a difficult thing to get up and smooth, and I appreciate you coming and talking to us and having a dialogue about what's going on.
Absolutely, thank you. I'm encouraged that you'd like to see it continue, it sounds like.
Yep. Any other questions or comments? Well, okay.
All right,
Thank you. Yep. Okay. Next under new business is town election results. Do we usually read all the results right out, Mr. Owen?
I just thought if the selectmen want to discuss some aspects of the election results, that's why the agenda item is there. There's no requirement that you read the results or anything, but I think most people are generally aware of the results.
And they'll be in tomorrow's paper too, which comes out, so it's on the website. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll just have a general discussion if somebody has something. Linda?
As always, I have some statistics for you. The last year, 2016, we had 919 voters who came. In 2017, with the storm, we had 914. And I found that very interesting, that we were so close to last year. The highest article to pass this year was the electric 390 line. That was 92.2%. Obviously, people are tired of having their electricity go out because of that. And this is the first year in which there were no warrant articles that got passed with under 70% of approval, and that was that we put on the warrant.
Yep.
The petition articles failed, but I was surprised about is that we almost had the same number of people here this year as we did last year.
That's interesting.
That was the one statistic that kind of jumped out at me.
I'll say too, I was pleased to see how the margin of approval of all of our warrant articles that we'd recommended and stuff all the way through. So, you know, so I'll just say, you know, thank you to the voters of the town of Wolfeboro for that. Any other questions or comments? Okay, we'll move on to renewal of a payment in lieu of taxes agreement with the New Hampshire Boat Museum.
I'm here representing the Boat Museum. My name is Joe DiCaro, and we'd like to apply again to participate in the pilot, which is the payment in lieu of taxes program, for another year.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Certainly.
The assessing department reminded me a few weeks ago that this pilot agreement was going to expire, so I contacted the the boat museum to see if they wanted to continue it, and they indicated that they did. So it's been revised to reflect the current values and tax rates, and this would be for the 2017 tax year.
Okay. So everything on to look good to your group over there, Joe?
Yeah, we're moving along in our capital campaign, and we're about, we've been set a goal by the Board of Trustees. Before we could break ground, we had to meet certain criteria, and going into this season, we are at 60% of that criteria, and hope we can attain that this year so we can put a shovel in the ground next year.
Nice. Good.
Excellent.
Any questions or comments from the board? If not, I'd entertain a motion there.
I move that we accept the payment in lieu of taxes pilot agreement for tax year 2017 between the New Hampshire Boat Museum and the town of Wolfeboro.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe. Next item is approval of the union contracts. They asked me contract to be first.
Okay. As you know, as part of the warrant, town warrant that was approved, the warrant articles last week by the voters, both the union contracts were funded by the voters, and so that's the second step in the town ratification process. The first is when we get the original memo of agreement, and the second step is having the voters fund the contract. So I have incorporated all of the changes into the contracts, all the changes that were agreed upon by the parties. I have appended the new pay plans. I sent these out to both unions for them to review to make sure I didn't have any mistakes or I didn't miss anything, and they have both agreed that these are correct as I'm putting it forward to you this evening. So I would ask for your approval and signature on first the AFSCME contract if you have any questions about it.
Do we have any questions, board members?
It's fine to me.
I would entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Local Union number 534 agreement with the town of Wolfeboro 2017 through 2018.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Next one would be the NEPBA contract.
Same thing here. It's been reviewed by the union. They concur that these are the changes that we agreed upon. I appended the new pay plans, and I think it's ready for your approval.
Any questions or comments from the board? If none, I'd entertain a motion on this one.
I move that we accept the agreement between the town of Wolfeboro and NEPBA local number 39, which will expire on December 31st, 2018.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Old business. Do we have any old business to go over? Anybody? Any other business?
Actually, I want to
that
just
if
mention
anyone
one thing.
has not driven to Wolfeboro and to Center Harbor, that you take your camera and look at the hundreds of trees down. It's absolutely spectacular, the microburst damage they had or whatever they had. It's just amazing. We're lucky we didn't get it.
Oh, Luke, sorry.
I'll piggyback off that too, because as you know, last week all of us experienced the MetroCast outage, and in talking with them over the last, I seemed to get a lot of questions from people in the town, and I was posting on Facebook quite often about it, but in talking with them yesterday, they will refund to citizens or to residents or to businesses for the lost cable service and internet and phone service for those days. And people can call the 800 number, which is 1-800-952-1001, and they will walk you through it, and they will refund the cost associated with the loss of service for those days. So I do encourage people to do that. And just between my business and my home, it was a savings of $40 off my bill for the days lost in service. So people should take advantage of that.
All right, thank you, Luke. Any other business? Town managers report.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have a few things I wanted to report out. One, New Hampshire Public TV, Channel 11, has indicated that their hometown Wolfeboro program that they were here filming last fall is going to be aired on Thursday, April 13th at 8 p.m. So Wolfeboro is going to be on TV that evening. If you're
What channel, David? 11?
Channel 11 on MetroCast.
I wonder if community TV could put that on so it could be accessed at will by people.
That might be a possibility. They might be able to give us a tape or a video that we could.
Be a nice thing to have in reserve.
Yep. It's a good idea. Secondly, I wanted to report that you received a update from your contract assessor. I think it's in your meeting packet. And as you can see, things are progressing pretty routinely. There were a total of 19 new abatement requests filed for 2016. We have a few BTLA cases that haven't been resolved yet that may go to hearing. Pickup activity is progressing well. And as you know, the equalization letter was received a couple weeks ago, and we're now at 97% as far as the equalization ratio. If you have any questions for the assessors about any of that, let me know, and I'll be glad to take it up with them. The electric department did a new rate comparison between the Wolfeboro Municipal Electric Department rates and those of our closest utility competitors, the Eversource, what used to be Public Service of New Hampshire, and also the New Hampshire Electric Co-op. And there's a copy of it in your packet, and you'll see that it looks extremely favorable for Wolfeboro electric ratepayers, that for a small customer, about 500 kilowatts a month, the Wolfeboro customer is saving more than $25 over what they would be paying either the co-op or Eversource, and for larger users, it's a greater amount. So I think it looks, very, very positive. We have put this up on the town website.
The EDC should publicize it.
We'd be glad to give it to the paper. And
you have it? That's the way to attract people here.
The next item, the proposed quarry in New Durham is coming back for a public hearing in New Durham on Tuesday, April 11th at 7 p.m. at the New Durham Elementary School Gymnasium. I know there was a lot of interest here in Wolfeboro about that proposal and a lot of concern by residents out on Middleton Road, that area. And so that's, wanted to make everybody aware that that's coming up again.
I have a question on that.
Yes.
Seeing that the town now owns Middleton Road, which it didn't used to, can we put weight limits on it or something to restrict, heavy trucks from New Durham using it continuously?
Well, I think that's a Mr. Ford question. I don't know if we can restrict trucking on a road that the state paid 2/3 of the cost for. That's
Yeah, I think you might want to rethink that. The legal question should go to the town council, but I think all roads are built to handle commercial traffic. Many people from that area come and go, so I don't think that's the way to respond. I think we need to express our concerns. I think that the local government there has to make a decision on if it meets their regulations. We have expressed our concerns, and that if it does get approved, that make sure that the residents in Wolfeboro are protected from the potential issues that could arise. But in terms of limiting that road, I think would be very something very serious, and it should be a legal question for us, because I don't know if we could do that.
Can the Board of Selectmen make a resolution that we oppose it? I mean, that would carry some weight if we sent it to New Durham, that the Wolfeboro town opposes the doing of this because it might damage drainage and disrupt the neighborhood. Is that something we could do?
I think that you can obviously express concerns, and I can put down the details. I've already sent one letter, but I can send another letter if the board wanted to issue the letter with their concerns.
When does the board meet again? When is this?
April 5th.
April 5th.
And when is this meeting in Durham?
The 11th.
Okay, can I request we put that on the agenda for the meeting?
I'm going to go to that meeting, and I'd be more than willing to read a letter from the Board of Selectmen at that meeting. I will hear it, I think, the noise from Middleton Road, so I have a vested interest to go. My question is, and I think you and I have talked about it before, we can still post it during the mud season?
Oh, yes. Now, that's a different situation.
But we can do that.
We can do that, and we're in conjunction with New Durham, who posts their road. Our road is probably the best road in town now, and it's something we need to consider, and I think it's something that's not unusual, so most truckers understand they're limited during mud season. But you got to look at the regional aspects. It's just not only potentially gravel trucks, there's a lot of other business that gets carried, and posting limits would then become a problem year-round for not just people potentially using a new operation, but it would potentially be a problem for other people who are hauling or other businesses. And I think it's got to be something you've got to think about before we have a knee-jerk reaction.
How about a school bus and one of the large trucks? Is there plenty of room with the curves on Middleton Road for them to pass without us having any issues?
Well, the problem, yeah, absolutely. Geometry of the road is built to, the standards DOT was, the issue is speed. And the problem is if someone's going too fast and they cross a double yellow because there is some curves in the road, that's an issue. So I think, again, if they maintain the safe speed, the posted speed, the road is absolutely safe. But the issue has got to be that it's mostly residential. And because of this, a decent road now, more people will want to bike ride it, and there are laws protecting bikers, so it's really about speed. And I think there's no problem with buses and trucks passing each other as long as they're going to speed and staying in their lanes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, and just a couple final things. At your next meeting, I anticipate that the board will want to make your annual appointments to boards and committees. And there's a list of boards and committees that we're looking for volunteers for. Those include the Zoning Board of Adjustment, the Conservation Commission, Agricultural Commission, Economic Development Committee, Milfoil Committee, the Energy Committee, the Pathways Committee, the Information Systems Advisory Committee, the Fisherville Committee, and the Heritage Commission.
Have we put that out in the newspaper?
Yes, that's been advertised. It's on the town website. And I just thought I'd give it one more plug here.
There you go. Yep.
And finally, just to make everyone aware, I'll be out Friday and again Monday for purposes of medical appointments. And Pete Chamberlain will be serving as the acting town manager those 2 days.
Okay. Thank you. Committee reports. Start with you, Dave.
I went to the EDC, which was the best EDC meeting I've ever been to, and Linda was there also. We had a gentleman who, all by himself, Mr. McClure from Meredith, revitalized Meredith and turned it into a major tourist center. And he passed out maps showing that most of the lakefront area of Meredith now is hotels or public facilities. To get around the hotel rules, they have any number of private residences and new hotels that have rooms in them that are connected to the main hotel, but it's extremely impressive. This gentleman also has developed in other areas. He started from scratch by opening a restaurant when he was in some small college, but it was a very nice, a very memorable meeting we had.
Let's see, last night I attended a planning board meeting, which was a joint work session along with EDC, which kind of morphed into, after the meeting you guys had in the morning there. And then we also talked about getting our master plan committees going and stuff for this next phase of that. And we've had community TV meetings, which you got the gist of the information of tonight from Timothy here when he kind of talked to us about what we've been talking about. So that's it for me.
Yeah, I also attended that EDC meeting with Dave Bowers, and it was an excellent meeting. I think the committee learned a lot. And then I attended the planning board meeting with the EDC in the evening, and I felt we had a very good discussion about what we had heard in the morning. Quite a number of the planning board members had come to the meeting in the morning, and the planning board and the EDC are hoping to meet more often, have better communication, and see if we can come to a good way for the community to move forward. I was also at a special events committee meeting of the EDC. This committee was the one that put on last night in Wolfeboro. They're going to look at doing that for 2017. But they're also looking at working with the Wolfeboro Cultural Commission to see if we can get some kind of a fall festival started, maybe around pumpkins and scarecrows. So we'll be working on that. I went to the joint meeting of the Milfoil Committee, starting to look at our boats and hoses and what might need to be replaced. We'll meet again in June and look at what needs to be pulled at that time. And I came before this meeting, I was at a chamber social.
Dave?
I didn't have any meeting.
No meetings down in the Caribbean?
Not where I was. No.
Luke?
I've had no meetings yet this month.
One other one I forgot to mention, I also, last Thursday, had a meeting with the Friends of Libby. We introduced Alana Albee as the new director for the museum there, and it was received very well. She attended the meeting and had a very nice discussion, so I forgot to add that one. Dave, yep.
One more thing about the EDC, which probably is going to maybe make a warrant article or at least provoke some discussion. There was a discussion about hotels in Wolfeboro. We have, for example, the Wolfeboro Inn. And someone said, well, the Wolfeboro Inn didn't buy the property next door to it when it was for sale because we have a cap on rooms. You cannot have more than 40 or 45 rooms by zoning regulation. And our visitor who runs multiple hotels says that no hotel can make money with 40 or 45 rooms. You need to have 80 or 90 rooms to start with, and probably no room limit. He also said that Wolfeboro is not a candidate for what he calls box hotels. He said if you call up Holiday Inn Express or something, they'll put a box anywhere you want it. But to have a boutique hotel, which is what he has over in Meredith, he even persuaded a Rite Aid or someone to build a building with a peaked roof instead of a flat roof, and people will comply. So this is something that's probably going to come up for the warrant article if we can make the town more friendly. Right now, we have no meeting rooms or accommodations for even a small convention or conference. And if we have one, it'll bring more people to town.
Mr. Chairman, the other thing we probably should mention that we all made it through the snowstorm and manned the polls the whole day.
It was a very quiet afternoon, too.
It was, wasn't it?
Questions from the press? Nothing? We'll open up to public input. Limited to 3 minutes per resident. Anybody from the public have any comments they'd like to come up and?
What did she say?
How we all got home. Very carefully.
Yeah. And Public Works plowed Pleasant Valley Road. It had 10 inches on it, and they plowed it before I left, so I was able to get in.
They took me home because I lived down a steep driveway and hadn't been plowed and could never, otherwise I'd be staying overnight here.
Yeah, just comment, hats off to Dave and the Public Works crew there. They did a tremendous job that day and that night. Especially taking to our needs and stuff, leaving here about 8:30 that night and stuff, making sure we could all go our different directions. So thank you, Dave, and pass it on to the crew for us too, please.
Thanks, Scott Pike.
And keeping the sidewalks clean so that the voters could come, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I asked these three gentlemen are here from Michigan today, and they're going to be meeting with some public health officials in the area with the opioid crisis. And Charlie Carter here, I asked him to come and just give us a brief on what they're doing here in Wolfeboro and in the state.
Okay.
Thank you, Luke, and thank you for helping us to arrange the trip. I'm Charlie Carter. I'm with Recovery Management Technology. My two associates, John Carter and Joe Sell, are here with me as well. And we're here to meet with folks in Wolfeboro and folks in New Hampshire, really with the goal of trying to better understand in the treatment centers what are some of the information system tools that would help them to help their clients to recover better. What would make it easier to get the job done, get it done well. So very simply, we'll be meeting with Luke and Melissa Fernald and some other people around Wolfeboro and the state to just to really try to gain that firsthand
visibility. This is recovery
visibility.
from what, drugs?
Addiction treatment centers, that's right, yes. Yeah, drugs, alcohol.
You in on this? Are you in on this?
Am I what?
Are you in on this?
Am I listening to it?
Are you in on this program?
I have no idea
Okay.
what he's talking about.
Not yet, but we ought to. Not yet. Yes.
Not yet.
No, in the whole state of New Hampshire, when fentanyl, he was one of the very first people before. No one even heard of the word. He was right on top of it. He's police chief.
We saw the need early, and excellent. We'll love to talk afterwards. Thank you. But any other questions?
Are you with a nonprofit? Are you with a business? What
We're
drives you?
We're with a software business, yes.
A software business.
A software business developing systems.
Okay.
And our sole focus is on treatment centers.
Okay.
And their needs. That's
okay. Right. That's interesting.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you for you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other public input or comments? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to go into non-public.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes,
Voice
yes,
vote?
yes.
Yes, yes. Adjourn the meeting.